Ooh, Miss Renee Show. Hey, Miss Renee Show. Where we at on Miss Renee Show? I said where we at, y'all, on the Miss Renee Show. Yeah, where we at, y'all? Hey, where we at, y'all? Right here on Georgia Avenue. Oh yeah, we right here, y'all.
Miss Renee Show.
We gon' sing right here.
Miss Renee Show.
Yeah, Miss Renee.
Renee Show.
Oh yeah, we gon' do it here.
Miss Renee Show.
Right here in Listen Vision, y'all.
Miss Renee Show.
Oh yeah, Miss Renee.
Miss Renee Show.
I like how you sing it.
Thank you, Mustafa.
Girl, I like how you sing it now.
Thank you, Mustafa.
And where we at now?
Miss Renee Show.
If they didn't know it's,
Thank you, Mustafa.
hey, you're welcome, Miss.
Miss Renee Show.
Make sure y'all tune in.
Well, Miss Renee Show.
Yeah, tune in.
Miss Renee Show.
Yeah, tune in.
Thank you so much for tuning into the Renee Allen and Friends show. I appreciate you so much. We're right here in the nation's capital in the beautiful studio of WLVS Radio across from Howard University, right here, y'all. I just love this studio and I love the people here. They're my second family. And of course, you're my second family because you're tuning in and giving me your love and your time and your support. And I love you for that. I'm doing the show a little bit different today because it is, where's my bell? Lord, I have to get over there and get my bell. It is Hispanic Heritage Month. So ding, 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 ding. And I have some great stuff to share with you. Friend to the show, Jason Tarico, Chief Executive Officer of Latin E, is here with his friends. So it's Jason and friends too today, right? But we're going to start off with a renowned global man who is just healing the world with his knowledge and his products. And I want to welcome Dr. Joe Wallach to the WLVS studio on the Renee Allen and Friends show. Dr. Joe Wallach!
Hey, thank you so much, my angel. Dr.
How
Renee
are
Allen.
you?
Hello. Okay. Thank you for the kind introduction.
You are so welcome, sir. It's my honor.
Well, what I'd like to do is kind of combine two things. And of course, people know me from the book and the CD, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. The medical system has failed us terribly, and so right now, everybody needs to learn a little bit and begin to do as much as they can for themselves. And we do have the book and the CD in Spanish. We do have the book Dead Doctors Don't Lie in Spanish. We have the CD in Spanish, so it's easy for them to get the drift of it. And basically, we rank 43rd in the world when it comes to longevity. There's 42 other countries whose people live longer than us, yet we spend more money for health care. And that's because there's certain basic things we've given up and have just followed the medical system and taken prescriptions without question. So we got to go back to the basic needs of the human structure, the human body. I think the Latin community has done a much better job than the Americans. They actually do better than us when it comes to health. And so I'd like for people to understand that all vertebrates and things require 90 essential nutrients every day, and these are required by your genes, DNA, RNA, and telomeres to do their job, to maximize genetic potential for longevity and intelligence, health, and fending off disease and so forth. And there's 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 fatty acids. A basic program, Healthy Start, is all plus other stuff, and it gives the body what it basically needs to perform naturally and do everything that the liver and the heart and the lungs and the kidneys and bones and joints are supposed to do. And then we have what we call secret sauces, over 900 different sauces. So you take the basic program everybody needs, and then all human beings need to sort of give our bodies what they need to perform properly and resist disease, maintain and repair itself. And then you throw in, say, let's say you have diabetes, type 2 diabetes, which is really just a deficiency of a single mineral. We've known that forever, 83 years. So you throw in the secret sauce, and usually within a couple of weeks to a couple of months, you're an ex-diabetic. Then people are on dialysis. There's nothing wrong with your kidney most of the time when you're on dialysis. It's just the little arteries bring dirty blood into the filtering unit for plug. Can't get the dirty blood into the filtering unit.
Wow.
We have a program, the basic program, and then we throw in what we call the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. And they're designed to support healthy blood flow through blood arteries and support healthy blood pressure. And so people who are on dialysis, even if they have not urinated in 10 years, usually within a couple of weeks or a couple of months, they're urinating again, and then in a couple of months, they're off of dialysis. Then when it comes to high blood pressure, very nutritional deficiencies, we have a program, again, the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets added to the starter pack. Then we have commonly arthritis, bone-to-bone arthritis. Doctors want to do double knee replacement surgeries, but that doesn't help all the other joints in the body. So we have what we call the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. One of those per 100 pounds body weight. It'll support and promote maintenance and repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective disc, between vertebrae, bone itself. Remember, this is all in CDs and the book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, in Espanol. Okay?
Yes.
And, we also look at things like low thyroid. We have a program for that. Dementia, Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a physician-caused disease, easy to prevent, easy to reverse. So in the book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and on the audio cassette tape or the CD, Dead Doctors Don't Lie in Spanish and English, it tells you how to do
Spanish and English? There we go, Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yep, we have the CD and the book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, in Spanish. So it doesn't get any better than that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And also, you get a lot of tax breaks by doing this yourself. You can actually learn how to get your longevity product. You can immediately get them without having to pay shipping. We'll pay the shipping if they get on a ship. And then once they get their relatives and friends going on the program, we'll send them a check every month. The company will send them a check every month, so theirs will be free. Doesn't get any better. Free shipping, free product, and the book and the CD in Spanish. How good is that?
That's awesome, sir. That's awesome. How do they get a hold of you?
Through you. They got to contact you.
Oh, through me. Yes.
Yep. They contact you, so you have to give out your phone number, your website, and then you'll be able to handle 99% of it. And if there's something that is a little different or complicated, we can do 3 ways with these folks. You and I can do this together with them.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to increase our Latin family. We love them.
Yes, we do.
I'm from a lot of Latin folks in the longevity business. And so, in fact, next week I'm going to actually be in Guadalajara.
Wow.
Because we have a warehouse. And if they have relatives of people in your community who are Latino, and they have relatives in Mexico, we have warehouses, a couple of warehouses, and our main offices in Mexico, in Guadalajara.
Wow.
And so we can actually very quickly provide products for their loved ones and friends in Mexico.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We had the honor of being at the Westin Baltimore, Washington International Airport Hotel with Dr. Joe Wallach and all of the VIP crew of longevity and global health solutions, and it was just phenomenal. I mean, I took so many notes, and the pictures that you see up there with Dr. Bruno Manzali and myself, Dr. Joe Wallach talks about so many simplistic ways to get that disease out of your body. We don't have to live with diabetes, and tell them, Dr. Joe Wallach, tell them.
No, you don't have to live with diabetes and high blood pressure and arthritis and heart disease. The medical system will tell you that these things are caused by bad genes and genetics. It's absolutely not true. These are just simple nutritional deficiencies, and also it's complicated by a bad diet. So you're not what you eat, you are what you absorb. So we got to maximize absorption, get on a gluten-free diet. And again, Dr. Renee can tell you how to do this. You get on a gluten-free diet, no wheat, bread, or
Yes,
get rid of the
sir.
inflammatory processed meats, oils, olive oil, coconut oil, margarines, mayonnaise, butter, and cooking oil. And people have been taught that these things are good. They're actually not good. We have to change our ways, and you'll add 25 to 50 healthy years of life. You will cut your cost of health care by 85% by doing it yourself. You go to a pharmacy without a prescription. And this is how the books say tell you how to do it. Go to a pharmacy without a prescription, get the same test strips doctors will do. You can diagnose yourself with diabetes. You can diagnose yourself with high blood pressure. You can diagnose yourself with kidney failure.
Yes, sir.
You can test strip for your urine, for your blood. You can do your own colonoscopic test strip. And so all of these things, instead of a $1,000 physical, it's much to $4.50 for all the test strips.
Yes. I want to just, I know we have to wrap up here, but I want you, if you worked with so many people in general, but so many famous people as well, and I want you to just shortly just tell about Creflo Dollar's daughter, who they could not help. Yes, sir.
Well, that's a wonderful story. Of course, Pastor Creflo Dollar, his wife, Pastor Daphne Dollar, in Atlanta, Georgia, and their youngest daughter was 11 and a half years old when I was introduced to her. She had asthma since birth. It was getting worse and worse, not responding to maintenance medication or to emergency medication. And the doctor at Emory University said, look, she has a genetic form as does black kids do, and there's no hope for her. She'll be dead in a couple of weeks. Just get used to it. There's nothing we're throwing for her. We could do the Emory University and the Grady Memorial Hospital. That's it. We can't help anymore. So just changing her diet, off of wheat bread rice, getting off the fried foods, the processed meats, and getting on the 90 essential nutrients appropriate for her body, healthy starter pack for her body weight, and praise God in 2 weeks you're cured. Sure. Now that was 30 years ago.
Yes.
Now she's a beautiful woman with her own family and no problems. No asthma.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Asthma. Praise God.
Yes, praise God. Dr. Joel, thank you so much. I know you flew out early this morning. You hopped on this call with me. You have to come back. You're a very nice friend of the show. I know this is a very important thing for America, our health. We've been told so many bad myths, and I love what you're doing, and I'm going to be a part of what you're doing, and I just God bless you, and thank you for calling in, sir. Dr. Joe Wallach.
Well, thank you so much. You're an angel for everybody. Dr. Renee Angel Allen.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you.
Vaya con Dios to all our Latino friends. Vaya con Dios.
Yes, they're all here in the studio. Bye-bye. Adios.
Adios.
Oh, wonderful. What a wonderful man. All right, so we are going to take a short break, and we will be back with none other than mission entrepreneur Jen Griswold. I think I said that right. She brought her beautiful daughter in tow. But we're going to talk about her great new book about entrepreneurship and military and how all that comes together. Be right back.
Gave my best to some who only gave their worst, but that's alright. I never had your love, well you won't be the last, knowing you my first, so that's alright. 'Cause this life will be back around. So if your heart is where it stays, now that ain't right. And what good's a song if you don't sing your pain away every night?
Welcome back to the Renee Allen and Friends Show. Thank you for hanging in there with us. And if you're just tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am sitting here with the beautiful, look, beauty and brains, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Jen Griswold. And we met at a beautiful event dealing with beautiful women in pageantry and all that. And she told me that she was an author getting ready to debut her first book. But as I talked to her more, it was so interesting because of her background. So many times people don't think that I was military for 21 years. It's a stereotype, so I guess I stereotyped her.
Yes.
Because yes, I did. So shame on me. But let's hear about your military. Why did you join the military, first of all, and then your career in the military?
Right. Okay. So I actually grew up in a tiny, tiny town in Montana, of all places. And in Montana, there's not a whole lot of options for college or well-paying jobs. And so I decided that the military was probably my best opportunity. So I applied and worked my little buns off to go to the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, and was able to do that. And then after going to college there, graduated as a lieutenant in the Air Force.
Yes, girl.
Yeah,
Yes.
and in a very male-dominated career. So if you can imagine a bunch of big airplanes out on a cargo runway, I was the one barking the orders at all the guys fixing, mostly
Yes, girl.
guys,
Give
some
me some.
girls, yes, fixing the planes. And so that was a tough career field to start in. I learned a lot really fast, was pretty successful. And then when I started having munchkins, the game changed because my husband is still an active duty pilot. So I went from active duty to reserves, but that left a lot of time for me to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I love my kids, but stay-at-home mom wasn't enough for me.
Right.
So I was looking for another challenge. And if you aren't aware, military spouses suffer from a 90% underemployment rate.
Wow.
So 90% report they want to be working, yet 90% are either not working or working for less money than they're qualified for by education.
Now, I'm thinking that's because they move around with their husbands.
It is.
Okay.
So that mobility factor is tough. And so even if they are to get a job, it's typically going to be at the bottom of the totem pole. So that was real apparent to me. So I decided I didn't want to go down that road and thought, you know what, I can do something, right? I have skills.
Yes.
I used to train all these, 250 men all at the same time. So I decided that I would start my own business. Now at that time, we were moving around a lot, and I was always taking one house, decorating it, and moving it to the next one for pretty cheap. Like I was on a dime. And so I turned that into my very first business, a home staging and decorating business. And through that, it was like my whole life lit up. Like it just was my thing. It was like I soared in that environment of being my own boss. So then I had it kind of rolling around in the back of my head, okay, if I can do it, all these other women that move their children without a husband around, they're able to buy and sell houses by proxy. They can do all this stuff. They're so resilient, such good leaders. Well, they could certainly start businesses too. So that was rolling around in the back of my head. Wow. And then when we moved from California to DC the first time, this is our second station here, getting stationed here, I was presented with an opportunity to work with a skincare brand very, very early on with the Proactive Doctors. The company's called Rodan and Fields.
Wow, yes.
Yeah, and I was able to start sharing that business with military spouses. And here we are almost 7 years later, and we have over 10,000 women
Wow.
on the team.
Well, let's talk about this book, because of course we never have enough time, and I want to get everything in.
Yes.
So, Mission Entrepreneur. Obviously, that inspired you. That was your inspiration, right? And with your you can hold that if you want. With your munchkins, and one is right here in the studio. How did that affect your household? All the time it took to do this, and radio spots and everything else that you're doing.
Yeah. So basically, what happened was I got interviewed for another book, and told my story, and the publisher said, "Hey, would you want to write that up?" Wow. And I'll tell you, book publishing is not for sissies. It's fast and furious. So in about 4 months, I took everything in my brain and dumped it into this book, and I'm pretty darn proud of it. But what it is all these stories compiled of successful military entrepreneurs that nobody knew were out there because they're not playing the traditional military spouse game. They're maybe not at the tea or the coffee. They're at home with their head down running a business and being very successful. And my theory is the lessons we learn in the military make us great entrepreneurs.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So
yes.
that is the concept behind this, and I'm hoping that this inspires any military person, whether they're a retiree, a reservist, a spouse, whoever, to realize they have skills that could make them a great entrepreneur.
Yes.
And we don't have to suffer from underemployment or the wrong job when you can make your own.
That is perfectly said. How can they get a hold of your book and get a hold of you?
So you can find the book on Amazon. It's already the #1 new release in military families, so we're pretty excited about that. And then I have a little discount here for just your listeners.
Yes.
50% off if you go to mango.bz, which is the publisher, and you type in Convention Mission 50. You can get 50% off just because of the show. So yeah,
thank you for that.
Put that there.
Thank you for that. Thank you for coming. I want to invite your munchkin up here. Come on, beautiful little mini her.
This is Allie. She's my youngest.
Come on between us, right back here.
But she doesn't get to come to work with mom every day. So
yeah, well, I thought they look like they could be in a mother-daughter pageant. So tell us something about your mom that you would like everyone to know.
Well, I'm really proud of her for writing this book.
Aww, that's awesome. I'm proud of you. Thank you so much, Jen Griswold.
Yes.
Please support her. Give your information one more time if you don't mind.
Yes, you can find us at jengriswold.com. You can find the book on Amazon or on mango.bz. Yeah, and then I've got, all the social media, Facebook, Instagram. You can find me on all those under Jen Griswold.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And being
Thanks
a
for having
21-year
us.
retired veteran, I'm supporting this book, and I want you to do it as well. So God bless you. We'll be
Thank
right
you.
back with who? Jason Tarico. Stay tuned.
Awesome.
Questions echo in my mind, won't leave me alone. I walk these empty streets at night, I'm far away from home. I'm living in a no man's land, wandering without a plan. Falling when I try to stand, I'm fading as I'm waiting. It's a lonely world without you, and I'm a lonely soul waiting for your return. You're the hope that I hold on to. I am here for you to find me, find me. I see you when I close my eyes, I see you in my dreams. You tell me that in perfect time you will rescue me and take me from this broken place. Come to me and kiss my face, promise me I'll be okay, and save me from my breaking. It's a lonely world without you, and I'm a lonely soul waiting for your return. You're the hope that I hold on to. I am here for you to find me, waiting here for you to find me, find me. Take me from this broken place, come to me and kiss my face, promise me I'll be okay, and save me from my breaking. It's a lonely world without you, and
get this Hispanic Heritage Month going. Yeah! You know, it's Hispanic Heritage Month, and Jason, our good friend and friend to the show, and my dear friend, Tarico, has brought his friends with him to celebrate this wonderful month. So how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, you look good as always.
Oh, thank you. So do you.
Thank you. I want to get right into talking about this 5-year celebration and what you are doing, because it looks like it is the bomb.com.
Yeah, so we have October 19th at Cafe Centron. The Latin Foundation, which is the philanthropic arm of our company, is hosting their American Latino Business Entrepreneur Series, but it's also our 5-year anniversary.
Yes.
So we'll be launching and announcing our new series of shows on LET networks, as well as Latinpreneur, our new channel.
Yes,
and
wow.
We've got over 300 people already registered to come and counting. It's going to be amazing. We've got great part. Well, you're a partner. We've got Simply Joe Salsa, who's a partner as well.
House.
Yeah. FSU, Frostburg State University.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll be there. The president, Mrs. DC America. A lot of great organizations are going to be there.
You bring in the people, though. You know what to do.
Yeah. So it's going to be a good time. Yeah. So I invite everyone. Just come. It's. I think it was free to $250. So now it's like I think like a $10 fee.
That's
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not much.
Yeah. So how do they get?
So the easiest way is just go to our Facebook page or our Latini Facebook page, or look for Latini Foundation, and it's right there. It'll take you right to the Eventbrite page to register and get your.
I'm excited. I can't wait. Y'all need to meet me over there. It's only $10. You could charge $75 if you wanted to. So
right, and it's under the foundation. And it's really all of it is going to the foundation, the philanthropic arm, which is its mission is to edutainment, right? Basically, the historical preservation of Hispanic culture through entertainment.
What gave you this idea? Because with Telemundo and so many things that we know, and
Sure.
And now to hear what you're doing is one, and you're a former veteran too.
Yeah.
So let me
Marine
just
Corps.
yes.
Salute you right back.
So what gave you this huge mission?
So my last duty station, my last tour was here in DC, and if you remember DC, it used to be a really big party town. Not so much anymore, right? A really great restaurant scene, but as far as nightclubs and everything, and I kind of saw that there was a large Hispanic population, but not really a large Hispanic presence like integrated within the community. So like if you go to New York, you go to Miami, Orlando, Tampa, like some of these, it's kind of well integrated in part of the everyday culture. So I felt disconnected. Right, and I was like, but I'm not, I'm not going to watch Telemundo. I'm not going to watch Univision. I'm not, I don't predominantly speak Spanish. I understand it. I can speak it, comfortably.
Yeah.
But
that makes sense. You have to understand Spanish to watch those channels.
Right. But then I also thought about how many people are disconnected and more assimilated to U.S. popular culture. Because growing up in New York, in the house I listened to Mark Anthony, and in the streets I was listening to Biggie Smalls.
I need to know.
Right, so it was kind of So I was this I wasn't too American enough, and I wasn't too Hispanic enough. So I was right in between. And so we said, I talked to this is not my first go around. I have several companies fail, succeed, all that stuff, right? But I talked to my board and I said, hey, I got this idea, what if we did, some kind of show or something, focused on English language Hispanic content. And they were like, that's huge, do that.
I love it.
So we started doing the research, and that's really when we started doing the research and right in the market back in 2012, it was right, $1.2 trillion, it was $1.2 trillion market buying power of the Hispanic market. And because the Hispanics were growing at such a large rate, it grew to 1.5 trillion with a T, trillion.
Yeah, because I do see they have the babies now. I mean, I don't see a lot of people are getting dogs and cats, but the Hispanics, they keep it moving, okay?
Right. Well, here's the crazy part, right? So a lot of people, we when we started, we got a lot of, whatever, that's not going to happen. So when we first started, it was 49% of Hispanics wanted their content in English or they were bilingual. Right now, Google just put out a report this year. It's over 60%. Search YouTube.
That's because they're born here? Or why? Why
it's
is
assimilation. Right, because you talk to a lot of Hispanic families, especially first generation. They're coming here because they want to do something different.
Yes.
They want to learn. They want to improve their family, improve their status, right?
Yeah, everybody.
So, right, everybody. And, this is still the land of opportunity. I don't care what's happening, it's still a land of opportunity.
Yes, it is.
Right? And, they'll go to school, and as their children go to school, they're like, no, you need to speak English because you need to progress in life. You need to do better than I did. That's why we brought you here, kind of thing. And that's kind of the attitude.
I love it. I love it. Well, we have a few guests here with
Yeah,
you. I've
yeah.
met them. I'm already in love with them, and especially the salsa that was brought here today. I want to take
Simply
the
Joe's?
salsa, yeah. So we're going to take just a short break, and bring up Morgan Johnson if we can find it. If not, he's going to surprise you. But we'll be right back with some other hot Hispanics.
There's more?
I gave my best to some who only gave their worst, but that's alright. I never had your love, well you won't be the last, knowing you my first, so that's alright. 'Cause this life will be back around. So don't let it let you down. Say the night is young and we are too. Let's bring some rules, 'cause we ain't got no curfew. Oh, baby, say the night is young and we are too. Let's bring some rules, 'cause we ain't got no curfew. Yeah, say what good is love if your heart is where it stays? Now that ain't right. And what good's a song if you don't sing your pain away every night? 'Cause this life will be back around. So don't let it let you down. Say the night is young and we are too. Let's break some rules, 'cause we ain't got no curfew.
Welcome back. We are celebrating the Hispanic Heritage Month right here at the Renee Allen and Friends Show at WLVS Radio. And if you tuned in earlier, you know that we were talking with Jason Tirico, and he has brought a friend. And before we talk about this, another handsome gentleman, I just wanted to let y'all know, I'm part Cuban too. My mom's Cuban, black, white, and Indian. My dad's Jamaican. So I think I qualify to come on your set.
Yeah. You're qualified.
Look, I'll share it with Dahlia. Well, listen, tell me about who you brought here today.
So this is Joe from Simply Joe Salsa, and I'll let you introduce your salsa and your company and what you do.
Good evening, everyone. So thank you for having us, having me on the show. Thank you, Jason, for
absolutely.
bringing me
Yes,
on.
sir.
Yeah.
So Simply Joe Salsa started back. The company started back about a couple of years ago, but I've been making salsa for over 10 years already. So there was this Mexican that introduced me to salsa, and I kept bugging him for the recipe. I said, hey. So after bugging him for a couple of years, he finally gave me the basics that you can find on YouTube, right?
He didn't give you
And
the secret sauce.
no, he didn't. He just said, figure it out. And I went ahead and, dibbled and dabbled and came up with a perfect recipe. And then over the years, I've been bothered to put it in a jar, especially from my beautiful wife.
Yes.
I have a couple of black eyes to prove it. I'm only joking about that.
I'm going to give her a shout out.
My wife, Oriana, yes. And so she said, you need to put this in a jar. So finally,
Smart wife.
after a couple of years of bugging me, here we are today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let me look. The packaging is beautiful. Yeah, was that her idea too?
No, that's actually the label maker. Actually, he came up with that the label.
Well, since it took 10 years for you to get the basics, you gonna give us a little bit of your ingredients in here? It's gonna take us
Absolutely.
10 years.
No. You can have the ingredients. It's just the ratio of each ingredient. That's the secret right there. So the ingredients are simple: tomatoes, tomato, cilantro, garlic, jalapeno, chili peppers, and sea salt. That's it. You don't need all those. There is 6 natural ingredients, no artificial anything in it.
Wow.
No fillers, no added sugar. It's a nice, fresh, authentic tasting salsa in the jar.
Wow, I can't wait to taste it. Is it real spicy?
I don't make my salsa to burn, but to bite. I don't like to taste a salsa that.
Yeah, so I'm not a big spicy person.
I'm not
but
either.
I love a salsa.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll be okay.
It's just spicy enough where it got a
You
little
can enjoy
bite.
the flavor.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Nice,
Yeah, it's really
nice.
great.
Okay, wow. So, what inspired you? I mean, I know that you tasted his, but to do your own, that's a big undertaking, you know? So, I mean, what do you plan to do with this salsa, and how can people get a hold of you?
So, other than being at farmers markets, we're at the Springfield Town Center Farmers Market every
yes.
Saturday from 10 to 2. Also, this weekend we do other shows, events. This weekend we're going to be at the Virginia Wine Center. Virginia Wine Festival.
Okay. Yes, yes.
And that's going to be from 11 to 6, Saturday and Sunday. And whatever other events he has lined up for himself. He's always lining me.
19th.
He's always lining me up with something.
With Renee.
At the 5-year anniversary.
At the 5-year anniversary.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, and we'll be able to taste it there too.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, how do we get a hold of you again?
www.simplyjoes.com. I don't know if I should give my number on it. So.
Just at Simply Joe's, Twitter, Instagram,
Yeah, it's
right?
Twitter, Instagram. You guys can contact me there.
Don't give out your
Always
number.
look out for the
Not
specials.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
she will.
Yeah, your wife would not appreciate that. And I love how your logo is simple,
Yeah.
you know? And so anything else you want to, I know what I want to ask you. I want you to look in that camera, and for anyone who's thinking about starting a business with food or otherwise, what would you advice you would give them?
So I'll give the advice someone gave me before. He says he puts a watch on a table, and he says, an Asian looks at the watch, opens it up, tries to figure it out. A white person, a black person, he went through the list of ethnicities, right?
Yeah.
And he says a Puerto Rican will look at it and wear it. And don't be that person. Do not be that person. So there you go.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. So, how did y'all meet?
Interesting story. So, previous life, I was a government contractor, and you were too at the time, right?
Yeah, at the time I was,
we,
yeah.
Yeah, we were at a contractor site, a 3-letter agency within the cyber realm, and, we just started rapping, and that's how it happened.
Yeah, I tell you, it work like that? It's like you really connect right away,
Oh, yeah.
or it doesn't happen.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because you seem like you've known each other for like 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
Not that, but you
Not
look
that
like
long,
you're
not
only
that long.
25.
Like,
But
maybe 10 of that?
About 10 years, yeah.
About 10 years.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We are going to be right back. We're going to stay here because we're going to taste this delicious salsa, and we're going to bring on one of his hostesses, Dalia Herrera, to join us here. So we'll have 4 of us, and we can all taste it together. Is that okay, Joe?
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right, so we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I wish you could taste it with us.
Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio. listen vision, listen vision.
Yes, welcome back to the Renee Allen and Friends Show. We are wrapping up this segment with Hispanic Heritage Month with Jason Tarico of Latin. He's the CEO of Latin E, and he has some great announcements, a new network, a new hostess who I'm sitting next to, and she's such a sweetheart, Dalia Herrera. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing
Great.
good. Look, welcome to the show.
Yay.
You're the first host, right? Hostess?
Yeah, well, her, you and Raphael.
Wow.
So they're hostess of the new
Yes.
show, Aesthetic.
Aesthetic, yes.
So I'll let her talk about the show.
So tell us about the show. Tell the
Yeah, so I mean, it's a new show. It's the first original series for LET Networks. And basically, it just centers around men and women's fashion, lifestyle, music, basically like Hispanic fashion and second and third generation Hispanics, people who want to learn more about the Hispanic culture.
Yes.
So, I mean, definitely tune in. You'll have fun. You get to meet our director, Flip. He's amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, we got to send you that link because
Yes.
he did a cameo during the first episode.
We'll
And
play it. We'll play it.
We'll send it to you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
To get it out there.
So tell us about how it feels to be the first female, right? And the first show and all that. How is it to work with this man, Jason?
It's a great show. I mean, I'm excited. I can't wait for everyone to see it. You know, it's just amazing. You know, we're catering to a community where it's kind of lacking because, you know, you have Telemundo, you have Univision, but you don't really have anything for non-Spanish speaking
Right.
Hispanics. So it's
Yeah.
great that we have something out for them.
Yes, I mean, that's genius. You know, they were just untouched, more or less, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a very underserved demographic. You know, as I mentioned, earlier, it's 60% that prefer their content in English, or they're bilingual. So I mean, that's huge. As a matter of fact, when a couple of years ago, before I started the company, I spoke to Joe about it, and he thought it was a pretty good idea as well. And
All right, Joe.
So it was it's a labor of love. I love the culture. I love our culture. And a lot of people love it. So it's just trying to bring the community, right? Just make the community a little bit bigger. And then obviously it's a place where non-Latinos can learn about Hispanic culture, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you did good. You got the right one.
The right one, just her. That's all I need.
Yes, that's all you need right here. Right? Am I telling the truth? Yes. So, I mean, people want to see beauty. They want to hear the articulation. You got it all. Triple threat. So, good luck to you. I know you're going to do
Thank
great.
you.
Yes.
And, we hope everybody tunes in. We have it on Roku. Just download our channel, LET Networks. It'll be out by around the end of the month. So it's something to really look forward to.
Yeah, the teasers will be actually aired and out on the 19th. The first teasers.
That's right around the corner. Yeah, but
yes,
for
next
the
week,
50th.
for the event.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so she will be there with Raphael, her co-host, and they're going to be interviewing people in their outfits and talking about some of the fashion on the red carpet that we got set up. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a great time.
What a perfect timing. I'm sure you planned it that way. But when you put it all together and you hear it as a host of the show, it's like, boy, that's genius. Yeah, bravo. Kudos to y'all. So any last words you have about the show and the anniversary and what you're doing?
So, it is Hispanic Heritage Month. One of the things I want to share was Lin-Manuel Miranda just put out a new song in regards to Puerto Rico. I think it's Sounds Like You're Praying or something like that. So if you go to Latin E on our Facebook or our Instagram or social media pages, you can see the video. It's a really great video. And then obviously, for Puerto Rico and all the people that have kind of suffered through that entire the hurricane and everything. You can go to our Facebook. We've published some items out there to try to, if you want to help and donate, and we put out some good places for people to go. So
good for you. I was stationed in Puerto Rico, Roosevelt Roads, for 3 years. What a beautiful place, beautiful people. My heart pours out to everyone there. Especially in Loquillo and Brizos del Mar, where I lived, and just God bless all of you, and God bless you for doing that, because that's just so horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of family and friends that live in Puerto Rico, and actually one of our board members was, so crazy sort of, one of my board members was actually, he's from New York, but he actually bought a house in Puerto Rico, and he was actually moving his family down there. Wow. They moved in, the hurricane was coming, they had to fly out to Tampa. Right, and like 2 days later, so it was yeah. So and they thankfully his stuff hasn't been messed up, but he has to go back and kind of assess the damage.
Wow. Yeah. Well, God bless everyone in Puerto Rico. Look, we're gonna end the show with what? Some good eats. Yes, with Simply Joe's Salsa. If you're just tuning in, the whole story about it he shared with us, and he's going to be at this event on the 19th, and we're just going to have a good time. And I want to try it. Now, I'm not real good with the spicy, but he said mild I could do. So let's dig in.
There you go.
Yeah. So you're going to pop it over?
And no double dipping, right? No double dipping. Okay.
Don't double dip.
Okay, let me see. Everybody, not just me.
Oh.
What can we say?
You want the spicy stuff, right? You good?
These gentlemen back there.
Yeah, that's delicious.
Yeah.
I think they want the spicy.
That's
They want the
delicious.
spicy. Isn't it good?
I can feel the kick, but it's not bothering my throat.
Yeah, it's good
That
stuff.
is delicious. It's a perfect blend. I could taste the cilantro, and that is good. That was your first time tasting it?
No, I really like the I like the spicy one. The spicy one that's the one I love.
Okay, Mom, you want to open the spicy one?
Just
So-
so you know, there are no onions in mine either.
No?
No onions. You can't tell the difference, but people enjoy that there are no onions.
So for anyone who might some people tune in at the beginning, some tune in at the end, you just tell them about your salsa.
It's hard.
Absolutely. So the salsa is 6 ingredients. It's Simply Joe's six ingredients, all natural, no artificial preservatives, no artificial anything, no added sugar, no fillers. It's got a nice little bite at the end, but it doesn't overpower the flavor.
It is delicious.
I don't make my salsa to burn, but to bite.
Not to burn, but to bite.
You do enjoy the salsa.
Un poquito.
So please come to support. I don't talk with food in my mouth.
So
To
please
support.
come and support Simply Joe's. I'm Renee Allen.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Dahlia. And our other guests. And just God bless you. Look, support this man. This is good stuff. You talk about whole foods and things like that. This is real whole food. And it's natural. So support him. Simply Joe's. How can they reach you again?
SimplyJoes.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all the social media pretty much.
It's delicious. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Be at where?
Cafe Centron on the 19th.
Yes.
Go to our social media, Latin_E.
And you get to meet these wonderful hot Hispanics, especially this one right here. Thank you. God bless you. See you next week. That was
Miss Renee Show. Hey, Miss Renee Show. Where we at on Miss Renee Show? I said where we at, y'all, on the Miss Renee Show. Yeah, where we at, y'all? Hey, where we at, y'all? Right here on Georgia Avenue. Oh yeah, we right here, y'all.
Miss Renee Show.
We gon' sing right here.
Miss Renee Show.
Yeah, Miss Renee.
Renee Show.
Oh yeah, we gon' do it here.
Miss Renee Show.
Right here in Listen Vision, y'all.
Miss Renee Show.
Miss Renee.
Miss Renee Show.
I like how you sing it.
Thank you, Mustafa.
Girl, I like how you sing it now.
Thank you, Mustafa.
And where we at now?
Miss Renee Show.
If they didn't know it's
Thank you,